It was a peaceful morning on Earth. The skies were clear, and the air was calm. People went about their day, unaware of the danger lurking in space. But high above, beyond the reach of Earth's atmosphere, a fleet of alien ships appeared. These ships were unlike anything humanity had ever seen. They were massive, dark, and armed to the teeth. Their weapons aimed directly at Earth. The first sign of the attack came as a strange signal, sent from deep space. Earth's defense systems immediately picked it up, but no one knew exactly what it meant. Within moments, the first alien ships broke through the atmosphere. The ships opened fire, sending blasts of energy that ripped through the sky. Cities on the edge of the world saw their buildings crumble, and panic spread quickly. People ran for cover as alarms blared across the planet. Military forces scrambled to respond, but the alien ships were fast and relentless. Their weapons were unlike anything Earth had, their firepower overwhelming. Earth's defenders fought back bravely, but it was clear this wasn't an ordinary attack. The aliens had come prepared, and they were determined to conquer. As the world fell into chaos, the Supreme Council of Earth, a group of Earth's most powerful leaders, gathered in secret. They had never imagined that this day would come, but now, they had no choice. The planet was under threat, and Earth's future depended on them. Time was running out, and the Supreme Council knew they had to act fast. Would Earth survive this unexpected attack, or would the alien invaders succeed? In a hidden underground bunker, far from the chaos of the cities, the Supreme Council gathered. These were the men and women chosen to lead Earth through its darkest hour. The attack had come suddenly, and the situation was growing more desperate by the minute. Yet, the leaders remained calm, their eyes focused on the screen in front of them. The alien ships hovered in Earth's orbit, their massive silhouettes casting shadows over the planet. Despite the initial panic, the Council knew one thing: Earth couldn't surrender, not without a fight. But the question was, how could they stop such a powerful force with so little time? Scientists and military advisors worked quickly, offering ideas that ranged from daring to impossible. The aliens' weapons were unlike anything Earth had seen. Conventional missiles and energy shields wouldn't be enough. The Council knew that Earth had to fight smart, not just hard. And in that moment of crisis, they turned to humanity's greatest advantages: resourcefulness. Earth had some unexpected weapons, hidden away in secret labs and vaults. Over the years, Earth's best minds had been working on technology far beyond what the public knew. Tech designed for times like this. The Council began making decisions quickly. One by one, plans were set into motion. Special forces would be deployed to strategic locations, and scientists would work round the clock to power up Earth's hidden weapons. The aliens had made a grave mistake. They underestimated Earth's ability to adapt and fight back. The Supreme Council knew that it was their time to lead, to show the aliens what humanity was capable of. The planet might have been caught off guard, but now, Earth was ready to defend itself with everything it had. Time was running out, but Earth's Supreme Council was determined. The attack had been unexpected, but humanity's fight was just beginning. With the Supreme Council's plan set in motion, the first signs of hope began to emerge. The military began mobilizing at full speed, and across the world. Leaders and strategists were coordinating efforts like never before. Every moment counted. Earth's forces had to act fast, but they also had to be smart. They couldn't afford to make the same mistake as the alien invaders, underestimating the enemy. In hidden labs, engineers and scientists worked around the clock, finalizing the upgrades to Earth's secret weapons. One of the most promising was a newly developed energy shield, capable of withstanding the aliens' most powerful blasts. The shield wasn't perfect, but it could buy Earth enough time to strike back. But that was only one piece of the puzzle. The real key to Earth's survival lay in the advanced fighter crafts, specially designed for this kind of threat. These ships had been built for speed, agility, and sheer firepower. They would be Earth's first line of defense against the alien fleet. As the preparations ramped up, there was a shift in the mood. What started as panic had slowly turned into determination. People everywhere began to unite. Scientists, soldiers, and civilians alike worked tirelessly, each person knowing that their contribution might be the difference between survival and defeat. The world was rallying behind the Supreme Council, putting their faith in their leaders to save them. On the ground, the military's special forces took their positions, ready to move at a moment's notice. In space, fighter pilots geared up in their suits, ready for the battle of their lives. The Supreme Council watched from their command center, knowing that the next few hours would decide Earth's fate. They had a plan. Now, they had to make it work. Earth was prepared. Now, it was time to face the aliens head-on. The fight was about to begin. The moment of truth had arrived. The alien fleet loomed ominously in Earth's orbit, its dark ships casting a shadow over the planet below. The alien commanders were confident, their forces overwhelming, their weapons ready to annihilate any resistance. From their perspective, Earth was a primitive world that would fall within hours. But they had no idea how wrong they were. As the first wave of Earth's fighters launched into space, the tension was thick. The Supreme Council watched closely, holding their breath. The fighters zoomed into position, their engines roaring as they took formation in the vast expanse of space. They were fast, sleek, and deadly. They were humanity's best chance for survival. But the alien ships were massive, each one bristling with weapons capable of destroying entire cities in seconds. The odds seemed impossible. The first clash was brutal. The aliens fired first, unleashing energy blasts that tore through the darkness of space. But Earth's pilots were ready. They dodged and weaved, returning fire with precision. Explosions lit up the night sky as the two forces collided. The alien ships were powerful, but the Earth fighters were faster and more agile. Ducking and weaving through the enemy's fire, the battle raged on, each side suffering heavy losses. In the midst of the chaos, the aliens were caught off guard. They expected Earth's defenses to crumble quickly, but the human fighters fought with a determination that shocked them. With every passing minute, it became clear Earth wasn't giving up. The alien commanders began to realize their mistake. They had underestimated humanity's resilience, and now, they were paying the price as the first wave of alien ships fell back. The Supreme Council knew that this was only the beginning. The fight for Earth had just begun, and humanity was showing the aliens that they would not go down without a fight. The battle had already taken a devastating toll on both sides, but the aliens weren't retreating. Their massive fleet continued to hover ominously above Earth, its dark ships blocking out the sun. The Supreme Council knew they had to act fast. There was no more time to waste. If they didn't end this soon, humanity would be overwhelmed in secret bunkers. Engineers worked to power up the final weapons, something that could shift the balance of the war in Earth's favor. It was a weapon of unimaginable power, a last resort that had been hidden away for years, waiting for a day like this. The Earth defense team, battered but not broken, gathered together, prepared for one final desperate push. The fighters in space were outnumbered, but their spirit was unwavering. The alien fleet had underestimated Earth's technology and determination. As more ships fell, Earth's forces found new ways to adapt, taking advantage of every weakness in the alien assault. It was a war of attrition, but humanity was making progress, and the aliens knew it. The Supreme Council authorized the launch of the secret weapon. A massive pulse of energy erupted from a hidden facility deep beneath the Earth's surface. Streaking through space like a lightning bolt, it was a weapon designed not to destroy, but to disrupt the kind of weapon that could scramble alien technology, rendering their ships powerless. As the pulse reached the alien fleet, chaos ensued. Ships began to lose power, their advanced systems flickering and failing. The aliens were thrown into disarray. They had no idea what had hit them. The human forces seized the moment, launching a full-scale counterattack. Earth's last stand had become a stunning victory. The aliens, once so sure of their success, were now on the defensive. The Supreme Council had done it. They had turned the tide of battle. But even as the alien ships retreated, the Council knew this wasn't over. Humanity had fought hard, but the war was far from finished. The battle had raged for hours. But as the last of the alien ships retreated into the void of space, the atmosphere on Earth was charged with an uncertain triumph. The Supreme Council watched the retreating fleet, their faces a mix of exhaustion and disbelief. It was over for now, but how long would this peace last? The pulse of victory was felt across the globe. People cheered, soldiers celebrated, and the world breathed a collective sigh of relief. But, deep within the war rooms, the leaders knew the truth. Earth had been lucky. The aliens were not easily defeated. They would return, stronger, smarter, and more prepared. And next time, Earth might not have the upper hand. While the rest of the world celebrated, the Council began their work in secret. New plans were drawn up, and humanity's forces began to rebuild. The battle had been a close one, but the Supreme Council had proven Earth's strength. They had sent a clear message to the galaxy: humanity would not be an easy target. They would fight back, but the war had only just begun. The alien fleet might have been driven off, but they would regroup. The Supreme Council knew this was only a temporary victory. They had made their stand, but the future was still uncertain. What would the aliens do next? Would they come back with an even greater force? Or was this just the beginning of a new conflict, one that would echo across the stars for generations? Earth had won today, but the Supreme Council understood something crucial: humanity's true strength didn't lie in weapons or technology. It lay in their will to survive, to fight, and to adapt. And no matter what came next, the galaxy would know that humanity was not to be underestimated.